This is KVUE News Daybreak.
Interviews continue today for the FBI's top job. What one of the candidates, a Texas senator, is saying after his interview yesterday.
A lot of people in that area really had a connection to that piece.
The artist behind an East Austin mural that's now gone talks about what he wants to see happen next. And a very special Mother's Day for this mom here after her son saves her from a raging fire. Their story coming up. Good morning. Thank you for watching KVUE News Weekend Daybreak right here with KVUE News. I'm Corey Coffin. It is 7 o'clock on Sunday. Let's begin with a check of our weather with Storm Team meteorologist Nathan Gogo. A very good morning to you, Nathan.
Corey, good morning. A lot of sunshine out there, and it is cool, upper 50s and lower 60s. Just a beautiful, spectacular start to Mother's Day. If you are headed out, you might want that light jacket. Certainly will not need it, though, as we head straight into the afternoon. Temperature is going to rise about 30 degrees warmer than we are now, even more in some cases. 63 at Camp Mabry, 59 at Bergstrom. The good news is the dew points, the humidity, still tolerable. It's a little bit higher than it was yesterday, but still will be comfortable. 63 in Austin, 63 in Bastrop, but the humidity going to increase as we head into tomorrow thanks to southeasterly winds. Here are the current dew points, anywhere from the upper 50s and lower 60s. Typically, especially for us, once you get into the upper 60s, it starts to get kind of uncomfortable out there, and that's where we'll be by tomorrow afternoon. So for today, lower 90s. It's going to be very warm, but at least, again, the humidity will still be pretty nice out there. Rain chances with that humidity come back for next week. Several rain chances. We'll talk about that in the full forecast in a few minutes.
All right, something to look forward to. At least we've got some sunshine for Mother's Day today.
Yeah, a lot of sunshine. Maybe 1 or 2 clouds in the sky. That's about it.
Perfect. All right, Nathan, thank you. President Donald Trump is considering more than a dozen candidates in his search to replace James Comey for FBI director. 8 candidates interviewed for the job yesterday. ABC's Chuck Siverston has more on how President Trump capped off his week.
President Trump escaped the heat of controversy in the Capitol with a commencement address at Liberty University.
No one has ever achieved anything significant without a chorus of critics standing on the sidelines explaining why it can't be done.
The president might have been speaking to the many critics still condemning his abrupt dismissal of James Comey as FBI director. Mr. Comey was spotted briefly today at his Virginia home. Mr. Trump seems to think it'll be easy to pick his successor.
I think the process is going to go quickly because almost all of them are very well known. You know, they've been vetted over their lifetime.
And there was a steady stream of prospective recruits filing in for job interviews Saturday at the Justice Department.
Were you asked if you could faithfully serve the president?
No comment.
No comment at all.
Did the president ask Comey for a pledge of loyalty, as the New York Times reported? In an interview that aired Saturday on Fox News, he answered,
No, I didn't. But I don't think it would be a bad question to ask. I think loyalty to the country, loyalty to the United States is important.
And as for his cryptic tweet that he might have recorded his dinner conversation with Comey,
I won't talk about that. All I want is for Comey to be honest, and I hope he will be, and I'm sure he will be, I hope.
Comey says he's willing to testify publicly to Congress. Chuck Sivertson, ABC News, New York.
Meanwhile, Texas U.S. Senator John Cornyn is one of those candidates for the FBI director job. He is currently in his 3rd term in the U.S. Senate and serves as the Senate Majority Whip. However, the senator told KVUE he intends to focus on, quote, serving 28 million Texans in the United States Senate, end quote. Other reported candidates include former New York City Police Chief Ray Kelly, New Jersey Governor Chris Christie, and acting FBI Director Andrew McCabe. Happening today, hundreds of people are expected at Austin City Hall for a Mother's Day march for immigrant families. People will be protesting Senate Bill 4, which Governor Greg Abbott recently signed into law on Facebook Live. The Sanctuary Cities bill allows police officers to question people they legally detain or arrest about their immigration status. Abbott and other supporters say this is needed to deter people who are already in the country from illegally committing more crimes, and those against it see this as a stepping stone for bad police methods. Now, the march starts at noon. It'll be today at City Hall, and that's Austin's City Hall specifically. They'll be talking to the governor. They'll be walking, rather, to the governor's mansion. A group of Texans are trying to remove the stigma of marijuana. Yesterday, hundreds of people attended the 10th annual Marijuana March. They hope by focusing on marijuana law reform, families can have better access to health care. The march began at City Hall, and then they headed through downtown as they held signs and chanted, and they ended at the Capitol steps. Speakers like Amanda Berard, a pediatric caregiver, witnessed the pain of young children prescribed opioids.
The autonomy of these patients are completely stripped away, and there's not even a conversation about options.
The next 2 years are vital for us. We need you to be the voice that you said you would be for us and stand for us when we cannot.
Now, the group is already working toward gaining support for new bills before the next session begins. House Bill 2017, meanwhile, which would give patients access to whole plant medical marijuana, did not make it onto the calendar in time to be heard by the House. House Bill 81 would decriminalize possession of 1 ounce of marijuana or less than and turn it into a civil offense. That died in the House as well without any votes this week. The next opportunity to pass legislation will come in 2019 when the Texas legislature meets again. The mural that sat at 12th and Chicon is gone, and the artist says he didn't even know until a friend pointed it out. He spoke to KVUE's Aaron Jones, who has his story.
They say every picture tells a story, and this mural marks the first chapter of Chris Rogers' art career in Austin.
It was the very first mural that I did.
Fresh out of art school, he came to Austin to be around other artists. 3 years ago, he was given his first gig.
I got this opportunity to paint this wall at 12th and Chicon for Romani Art Gallery that was opening up, and it was no pay, but I thought that it was a no-brainer. It'd be a good way to just kind of say hi to the community.
And the community noticed and responded, stopping by to talk to Rogers as he worked on this piece.
It said, "Thank you for bringing beauty to this part of the town," and that struck me, man, because to be doing what I do and have that kind of reception in a brand new area where I don't know anybody, to have that kind of reception, it meant the world to me, man.
Friday night, a friend told him his mural had been painted over.
I was definitely shocked. I wasn't angry, just really disappointed.
He says his mind immediately went back to the community.
I know a lot of people in that area really had a connection to that piece.
And it showed as countless expressions of anger and disappointment streamed across social media.
That was a really nice mural, and if you want to paint another mural, paint it on another wall.
To me, that feels amazing. Like that's some of the best love and support that I've gotten.
Tonight, Rogers is sharing his story, hoping his next chapter will start once again right here at this wall.
I'd love to update it in any way, any fashion that they'd like to. That would be a tremendous honor as far as I'm concerned.
Aaron Jones, KVUE News.
Now, Rogers says he hasn't been contacted to paint the new mural, but he hopes he hears something soon. As you know, today is Mother's Day, and it will have a special meaning for one Wisconsin woman who was rescued from a raging fire by her own son. That fire broke out in the apartment building on Wednesday. The woman says she woke up to the sound of sirens. She was on the 3rd floor of the building and got lost in the smoke trying to find her way out. Well, that's when her own son, a firefighter, ran into the building to come to her rescue.
It brings tears to my eyes every time. He was a firefighter, paramedic. I am very proud. I wouldn't be here because it was thick smoke.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, Red Cross says that operations like this take an entire community, and it begins with the first responders. And we want to wish a happy Mother's Day to all of the moms out there. We've got a gallery of some of us here at KVUE with our moms and of you at home. You can show us your Mother's Day photos using the hashtag KVUE on social media.